What if I told you that you are part of a special generation that has incarnated on Earth for a momentous purpose at a pivotal time? That the challenges we face are not random or meaningless, but are an essential part of a larger story of awakening, transformation, and rebirth. These are the provocative questions we will explore together today as we dive into the concept of the Phoenix generation, the souls who have come to midwife a new era and assist in the quantum leap that humanity is undergoing. If you've ever suspected that there is more to the chaos and intensity of our times than meets the eye, this video is for you. So let's begin our deep dive into this fascinating and important topic. To lay a foundation, let's first look to the wisdom of ancient myths and the archetypal patterns they reveal. Many cultures speak of the legendary phoenix, a majestic bird with fiery plumage that is cyclically reborn from the ashes of its past self. According to Greek historian Herodotus, the phoenix appears only once every 500 years. When its time comes, it builds a nest of aromatic woods and sets it alight, allowing itself to be consumed by the flames. But it doesn't end there. From the pile of ashes, a new phoenix arises, young and powerful. It then gathers the ashes of its predecessor into an egg of myrrh and flies it to the Egyptian city of Heliopolis, the city of the sun, to deposit it on the altar of the sun god. What profound symbolism this ancient myth contains. The parallels to our present situation are striking. As a species and as a planet, we are facing the flames of a great initiatory period. The old structures, belief systems, and modes of being are breaking down and disintegrating before our eyes. From record-breaking wildfires to economic meltdowns, we are in a time of collective crisis and collapse. The world as we have known it is falling apart. And as with the phoenix, it can feel like an intense and painful process to watch the familiar burn away. But that is not the end of the story. The phoenix reminds us that sometimes things must fall apart for something new to emerge. That breakdown precedes breakthrough, that the ashes of the old invariably give rise to new forms and expressions of life. The flames are not only destructive, but are the very mechanism of the phoenix's rebirth. Perhaps we can take solace from this powerful symbol that has enchanted the human psyche for millennia. It reminds us of the cyclical nature of existence, that death and rebirth are natural and necessary, that the flames we perceive as the end may actually be the very portal through which we are reborn. Of course, the phoenix is not the only ancient prophecy that speaks to the uniqueness of our times. In fact, many wisdom traditions emphasized that we are in the midst of a rare and remarkable period in human and cosmic history. Let's explore that further. From the Mayan calendar to Hopi prophecies, many ancient cultures spoke of these years as a time of great transition and transformation. The Hindus describe it as the end of the Kali Yuga, a dark age of materialism and disconnection from spirit, before the dawn of a golden age. The indigenous Andean people refer to it as the end of one Pachacuti, a 500-year cycle, and the beginning of a new one. What's fascinating is that modern science is now confirming what these ancient cultures intuited. Many point to the precession of the equinoxes, a 26,000-year astronomical cycle, suggesting that we are moving out of the Piscean and into the Aquarian age. The photon belt theory proposes that our solar system has entered a highly charged region of space, which is raising the frequency of the Earth and all life on it. Some even suggest that our entire galaxy is going through a momentous shift, aligning with the galactic center for the first time in 26,000 years, bathing our planet in powerful evolutionary energies. While the specifics of the theories differ, the common thread is that we have entered a rare window of cosmic opportunity. These are not just interesting astronomical factoids. From a metaphysical perspective, these galactic alignments and energy shifts have the power to fundamentally alter human consciousness and catalyze our collective ascension. We are at a moment in the cyclical patterns of time where the cosmos is conspiring to support our quantum leap. But of course, these intense energies are not all sunshine and rainbows. They have a destabilizing effect, shaking up what is stagnant and calcified, revealing the shadows humanity must face and integrate. No wonder things have felt so intense the last few years, yet simultaneously, more people are experiencing profound awakenings and expansions in consciousness. And this brings us to the idea of the Phoenix generation, that the souls incarnated at this momentous juncture are the ones who will help guide the rest of humanity through this evolutionary crucible. If you are drawn to videos like this, you likely resonate with the notion of the Phoenix generation. These are the people who have a bone-deep sense that they are here for a reason, that they have a mission and purpose to help our species navigate these challenging times and create a better world. Some call them light workers, way showers, or starseeds. Whatever labels we use, these individuals feel an unshakable sense of responsibility to contribute their gifts in service to something larger than themselves. They know that the status quo is untenable and that a new way is possible even if they can't see the full roadmap yet. Phoenix generation souls come from all walks of life. They are the artists and activists, the healers and entrepreneurs, the visionaries and bridge builders. What they share is a strong pull to catalyze positive change and to help anchor more light and love on the planet. They are attuned to the planetary shifts taking place and feel called to dream a new world into being. They know that the old paradigms of separation, scarcity, and powerlessness no longer serve us, and they are here to help us remember our potential and co-create new systems and ways of being rooted in connection, abundance, and empowerment. Of course, it's not an easy path to forge a new trail where there are no pre-existing roadmaps. Many Phoenix generation souls feel like they don't quite fit into mainstream society. They may struggle against limiting beliefs, critical inner voices, or dark nights of the soul as they align themselves with their higher calling. But now more than ever, their gifts and light are needed. They are here to hold a vision of what's possible and transmute the dense energies that are arising to be healed. They know that the current breakdowns are a necessary part of the rebirth process, even if it's messy and uncomfortable. This leads us to our next point, that the ashes and chaos we find ourselves in will provide the compost for incredible new growth. Just like the phoenix, our civilization is in a phase of burning and dissolution. So many time-worn structures and belief systems are collapsing before our eyes, from our political and economic models to our ideas about what gives life meaning and purpose. We see this playing out in a multitude of ways. Socially, there is increasing polarization, fragmentation, and distrust. Economically, we face rising wealth inequality, supply chain breakdowns, and the specter of inflation and recession. Ecologically, we confront catastrophic climate change, mass extinction, deforestation, and pollution of our air and water. There's no denying that we are in a time of great unraveling and upheaval. The familiar ways of doing things are no longer working. The center cannot hold, as poet W.B. Yeats wrote. It can feel disorienting, destabilizing, and frightening to be in the midst of it. So many are struggling with anxiety, despair, and overwhelm, understandably. But the Phoenix myth and similar prophecies around the world give us a larger context to hold the enormity of it all. These ancient stories remind us that there are cycles upon cycles, and that humanity has gone through similar transformative fires in ages past. Each time the flames burned away what no longer served so that something more beautiful and wondrous could take root. So while it's important to grieve and feel our feelings about what is dying and disintegrating, we can also open up to the incredible possibilities that are germinating under the surface. We can recognize the ways that the old systems and paradigms have kept us small, disconnected, and disempowered, and we can get excited about what wants to be born in their place. The crises we face are indeed severe and will require all our ingenuity and collaboration to solve, but they are also a powerful invitation and initiation. They are revealing where things have been out of balance and where there are deep wounds ready to be healed. They are a holy fire here to burn away the dross, and their fierce grace is calling us to become the fullest, most luminous expression of ourselves. Because that is what is truly being asked of us in this great turning, to shed the limited identities and beliefs that have kept us trapped in scarcity, separation, and powerlessness. To open to the truth of our sacred purpose and infinite creative potential, to wake up to the fact that we are not small or insignificant, but vital threads in a grand cosmic tapestry that we are continuously weaving into being, whether we know it or not. Perhaps the most exhilarating aspect of the shifts we find ourselves in is the opportunity to reclaim our power as conscious creators. Because the truth is, even amidst the chaos, we are not helpless or hopeless. We are not mere victims tossed around by forces beyond our control. No, the root of our sovereignty is the recognition that we are the authors of our reality. Just as the caterpillar contains within it the template of the butterfly it will become, we each carry a sacred blueprint of our most authentic, awesome self. An acorn of potential that already holds the mighty oak tree, but we must be willing to dissolve the limiting cocoon of our conditioning to allow the more luminous version of ourselves to emerge. This is the fundamental promise of the Phoenix generation, that these tumultuous times are an incredible opportunity for spiritual alchemy, that we can use the heat of global crisis as a transformative fire to burn away all that obscures our essential divinity, that we can rise like the phoenix from the ashes of the old world, spread our wings, and take flight. So if you've always sensed that there is more to you than meets the eye, trust that inner knowing. If you feel a burning in your heart to contribute to a larger vision of an awakened humanity and Earth, honor the significance of that calling. It's not random that you feel these things. Your soul chose this exact moment to be here because it knew it had gifts to offer and a role to play. But awakening to our multidimensional nature and purpose is not an overnight thing. It's a process of remembrance and a journey of unfoldment. Step by step, we peel back the layers of our social conditioning and anything false and inauthentic. We question the beliefs that have kept us feeling confined and contracted. We open up to the whispers of our soul that know there's another way. It requires courage, commitment, and compassion, because letting go of the familiar to make room for the extraordinary can feel scary and disorienting at times. Our old identities and ego structures may put up a fight, but as we stay devoted to our inner exploration, the joy of authentic embodiment begins to eclipse any temporary discomfort. So if you're feeling the call of deep transformation, trust that you have everything you need to navigate this sacred journey. Your curiosity and willingness to show up are enough. The breadcrumbs will appear as you take each next step, and the practices and tools that resonate are there to light your path, which brings us to the importance of doing our personal shadow work and inner alchemy.